students, you all are welcome on We Study Math YouTube channel. I am Roy Singh. In this video I am going to teach you chapter number 6 from Eschan book of class 8, and in this video I am going to teach you exercise 6b. Here are some questions on your screen. So without wasting any time, let's start this video. Before starting this video, if you are new on We Study Math, so please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. And don't forget to comment your suggestion in the comment section. Your comment is very precious for me. So let's start this video. So here's the question number 1 is on your screen. Question number 1 is given here. So let's solve this question. We have z multiply z negative 1 positive 2 z negative 1. So z negative 1 is a binomial algebraic expression. Binomial algebraic expression, or you can say binomial polynomial, because it has two terms. Why it is binomial? Because it has two terms. Number of terms are here 2. And this is the first term of this algebraic expression and this is the second term. And in both the terms we have this z negative 1. This binomial is common here. So we take this as common. Z negative 1 is common here. So what we do here, from the first term we take, and from the second term we take something common. The common thing we are going to write in the denominator. We take z negative 1 common from the first term, and from the second term we also take z negative 1 as common. So this binomial and this binomial are same in denominator and numerator, so they are cancel out each other. In the same way, in the second term, this binomial and this binomial are same in numerator and denominator in second term, so they will cancel out each other. And after cancel out this, what we have now remaining, so the remaining we have z plus 2, and this is the final answer of this problem, my dear students. So let's move to the problem number 2. If you like the way of teaching, so please comment your suggestion in the comment section and share this video with your friends and relatives, so that they also get benefit and understand how to factorize the algebraic expression. Let's take question number 2. The question number 2 is on your screen now. 6 3 plus x positive x 3 plus x again is here. So this is our term number 1 and this is our term number 2, and in both the terms you can see clearly here there is a 1. This is a binomial here and this is the binomial here, and this binomial is same in both the terms, so we take it out as common. And what we do now, 6 multiply 3 plus x, again x 3 plus x, both the terms will going to divide, from which we take common. So 3 plus x is common here, so I'm going to write in the denominator of the first term 3 plus x, and 3 plus x is again written in the denominator of second term. Now the curly bracket is closed. Now my dear students, this is in denominator and this is in denominator. Same binomial in numerator and denominator, so they will cancel out each other. And after cancel out, what we have in the curly brackets, the remaining in the curly bracket is 6 plus x, and this is the final answer of this problem. I hope you understand this problem very well. Now move to the problem number 4. Problem number 3. The problem number 3 we have now. Let's solve problem number 3. That is given 2y, y plus 5, negative 3, and y plus 5 again. Now we have to take common. So here this binomial and this binomial is same in both the terms, so we are going to take y plus 5 as common. So now again 2y, y plus 5 upon y plus 5 will going to divide this term, negative 3 y plus 5 going to divide y plus 5 again, Now what we do, this y plus 5 and this y plus 5 cancel out each other. In the same manner in second term, y plus 5 cancel out each other, and the remaining we have here y plus 5 2y negative 3, and this is the answer. This is a very basic process to solve this question, but there is a one more process if you are something quick in it. So I'm going to show that approach now. So my dear student, just tell me, from the first term, this small bracket is taken out as common. So if this is comes out from here, so what is remaining here? 2y. And from the second term, y plus 5 again taken as common. So what is remaining here? 3 is remaining here. So this is the final answer. This is the way you can also solve this problem. This is a direct way to solve this problem. Now move to the problem number 4. The problem number 4 you can solve in a direct way. You have 5t, t negative 4, negative 6, t negative 4. Now you can see t negative 4 and t negative 4, these binomials are common in both the terms. So we take out t negative 4 as common. So my dear students, from 5t multiply t negative 4, we take t minus 4 as common. So what is remaining here? 5t is remaining here. Again from the second term, this binomial is taken as common, and what is remaining here? If 6 multiply t negative 4, and from this I will take t negative 4 as common. So what is remaining, my dear students? 6 is remaining. So 6 is here, and this is the final answer of this problem. Now move to the problem number 5. Problem number 5 is given here again. 5, 2 plus b, negative 6b, and 2 plus b again here. So again we are going to apply the direct approach. 2 plus b, this is the binomial. This is the binomial is common in both the terms. So from first term, if 2 plus b is taken as common, so what is remaining here? 5 is remaining here. And if from the second term I will take 2 plus b as common, so what is remaining? Negative 6b is remaining. So the remaining after this we have, this is the final answer of this problem. Now move to the next problem, problem number 6. Solution of problem number 6. So x plus 11 positive x plus 11. So we assume here 1. So here x plus 11, this is a binomial which is common in both the terms, you can see clearly. So if I take x plus 11 is common is from the first term, so what is remaining here? X is remaining here. If from the second term I will take x plus 11 as common, so what is remaining here? 1 is remaining here, and this is the final answer of this problem, my dear students. Now again comes to the question number 7. This is question number 7. Do the solution of this question. We have p, 6 negative p, again negative 1, we assume before the small bracket, 6 negative p. Now we have two terms. In both the two terms, 6 negative p, this binomial is common, so we take out this common. If p multiply 6 negative p, and from this term we take 6 negative p as common, so this cut this, so what is remaining here? P is remaining here. Again in the same manner, 1 6 negative p, and from it we take 6 negative p as common, so what is remaining here, my dear student? 1 is remaining here. So now we have p negative 1, and this is the answer of this problem, my dear students. Now move to the problem number 8. It is very important problem because it has some twisting concept here. Let's solve this question. We have d negative 5, positive 7, 5 negative d. This binomial and this binomial has same values, but the position of values is different. In the first term it is d negative 5, but in the second term it is 5 negative d. So it is not same, and for making that same, what we do, my dear students, d negative 5 we multiply it, we take common, negative is common from here. If I'll take negative 1 as common from here, 5 negative d, and I am taking negative 1 as common, so it means that positive 5 will going to multiply negative, and negative d will going to multiply negative 1. So we have negative 5 and negative going to multiply negative positive d. So this can be written as d negative 5. I hope you understand the concept. I'll take negative 1 as common from both the terms, and when I take negative 1 as the common, then it looks like this, and when this negative sign goes to multiply here, it becomes negative, and it can be written as negative 7 d negative 5. Now my dear students, you can see this binomial and this binomial is same in both the terms. So I'll take d negative 5 as common. So after taking d negative 5 common, the remainder in the first term is d and the remainder in second term is 7, and this is the final answer of this problem. You understand the remainder concept very well. Now comes to the problem number 9. Here x plus 2 to the power 2, positive 5, x plus 2 to the power 1. So I'll tell you in the previous video that here this binomial has 2 power and this binomial has 1 power. So from these two terms, we take that binomial as common which have smallest power. So in the second term, x plus 2 has 1 power, but in the first term, x plus 2 had 2 power. So from this question, we take x plus 2 as common. So x plus 2 is taken as common. So what is remaining here? So you look here, x plus 2 to the power 2, and from it we take x plus 2 to the power 1 as common. So base are same, power will be subtracted. So we have 2 negative 1 and we have x plus 2, and this is the final answer. So we have x plus 2 as remainder here, and when I take in the from the second term, I'll take x plus 2 as common. So what is remainder here? 5 is remainder here. So the final answer will be x plus 2 and x plus 7. This is the final answer of this problem. Now move to the problem number 9. If you are new on We Study Maths, so please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates, and don't forget to share with your friends and relatives, and don't forget to comment your suggestion, and if you have any doubt in any question, in any explanation, in any step, so please comment in the comment section, then I work on it according to your requirement. Now comes to the question number 10, that is y negative 2 whole square negative 3 y negative 2. Now y negative 2 has 1 power, this polynomial and this polynomial is same in both the terms, but in first term it has 2 powers, but in second term it has 1 power. So the smallest power of the common polynomial will be taken out as common. The smallest power of the common binomial is taken as common. So y minus 2 we take common here. So what is remaining we have? So from y negative 2 to the power 2, I'll take y negative 2 to the power 1 as common. So base are same, y negative 2 to the power 2 negative 1. So we have y negative 2 to the power 1. So what is remaining have y negative 2 is remaining here. From the second term, y negative 2 is taken as common. So what is remaining here? Negative 3 is remaining here. So now the final answer y negative 2 small bracket negative negative will add negative 5, and this is the final answer of this problem. Now move to the next problem, problem number 11. The problem number 11 we have 14 3y negative 5z to the power 3 plus 7 3y negative 5z to the power 2. This binomial and this binomial is same in both the terms, but it has 3 power and it has 2 power. So the smallest power of the common binomial is taken as common here. So 3y negative 5z to the power 2 is common. From this 14 and from this 7, in both the terms 7 is common. So now what we have remaining here, 7 cuts 14 2 times, and 3y negative 5z to the power 2 cuts 3y negative 5z to the power 3 once time. So we have 3y negative 5z as remainder in the first term. In the second term, the same thing is here and the same thing is here. So it's 1 is remainder here. So now we have 7 3y negative 5z to the power 2, and we have 2 will going to multiply here. So we have 6y negative 10z and positive 2, and this is the final answer, my dear students, of this question. I hope you understand this problem very well. Now comes to the next problem, problem number 12. The problem number 12 is here. Let's solve problem number 12, that is n negative 10 whole square positive 10 negative n to the power 1. So here this is also a very important question. Here in the first term n negative 10, but in the second term 10 negative n. So what we do to manage this problem? So for that we have a strategy. Then the strategy is that we have to take 10 negative n. From 10 negative n we have to take negative 1 as common. If I take negative 1 as common from negative positive 10, then negative 1 will divide, and from negative n I'll have to take negative 1 as common. So what we have, negative 1 negative 10 and positive n. Yes or no? And this thing can be written as n negative 10, and negative sign is out here. So I hope you understand this logic. So we will take negative 1 as common from the second term. So n negative 10 to the power 2 negative, because this negative sign goes to multiply this positive sign and become negative, n negative 10 to the power 1. Now in both the terms n negative 10 is common binomial. So the smallest power n negative 10 to the power 1 is taken as common. So from the first term, what is remainder here? N negative 10 to the power 1 taken as common, and we have 2 power. So 1 power remain here, and here we have only 1 power, and this is taken as common. So we have only 1 here. So we have n negative 10 and negative 11. This is the answer. I'll show you what happened here. From n negative 10 to the power 2, I'll take n negative 10 to the power 1. So base are same, n negative 10 to the power 2 negative 1. So n negative 1 is remainder. Again we have n negative 10 in the second term, and this will going to be divided by n negative 10. So power 1 and 1. So we have n negative 10 to the power 0. That means 1. Okay, I hope you understand this logic very well, because I discussed this thing so many times. Now comes to the problem number 13. Let's solve problem number 13. 5x plus 10y negative 7 x plus 2y whole square. Now from the first two terms I'll take 5 as common. So I have x 2y negative 5 x plus 2y whole square. Now I have only two terms, and in these two terms x plus 2y, this binomial is common. So x plus 2y taken as common. So what is remaining in the first term? 5 is remaining, and then the second term 7x plus 2y is remaining. We discussed these things so many times. X plus 2y. So now we have 5 negative 7x negative 14y. I multiply this 7 here and here. So now this is the final answer of this problem. I hope you understand this problem very well. Now move to the next problem, problem number 14. And the problem number 14 is given here. X plus y 3x negative 7 negative x plus y and 2x negative 1. So x plus y and x plus y is common in both the terms. This binomial is common, and what is remaining here now? X negative 7 is remaining in the first term, and negative 2x negative 1 is remaining in the second term. Now this negative sign multiply here and here. So x plus y what we have now, 3x negative 7, negative 2x and positive 1. Now this and this like term and this and this like term. So we have x plus y, and from 3x we have to subtract negative 2x, so we have x only. From negative 7 we have to add positive 1, so we have negative 6. And this is the final answer of this problem. Okay, now move to the problem number 15. Problem number 15 is here, 3a negative 1 whole square negative 6a positive 2. So here what we do, 3a negative 1 whole square, I'll take negative 2 as common. From here I'll take negative 2 as common. So what we have, from negative 6a I'll take negative 2 as common, and from positive 2 I'll take negative 2 as common. So this negative and this negative cancel out, and this 2 cuts 6 3 times. So I have positive 3a, and this negative sign going to multiply here and become negative 1, and this 2 cuts 1 time. So this is remaining here. What we have in the bracket, 3a negative 1 to the power 1. So now you can see in first term and second term what is common. So the common binomial is 3a negative 1 is a common binomial, and from the first term this binomial have 2 power and 1 power is taken as common. So what is remaining here, my dear student, 3a negative 1 as common, and this negative goes to multiply here and become positive. In the second term, 3a negative 1 have only 1 power and 1 power will taken out common. So what is remaining, only 2 is remaining. So what is the final answer, 3 negative 1, 3a positive 1. So this is the final answer of this problem. Now move to the next problem, problem number 16. The problem number 16 is that on your screen you can see here, x negative 2z positive y, x negative 2z and positive 2z negative x. In the third term, the sequence of x negative 2z is changed. So for solving this problem, we have to take negative 1 as common from both the terms. So I'll do this directly here. If I'll take negative 1 common from here, so positive 2z will become negative 2z. And if I take negative 1 common from negative x, so it will become positive, and this negative 1 will goes to multiply this positive and become negative. Yes or no? So all three terms have x negative 2z as common. So x negative 2z is common. So what is remaining? This x negative z cuts this one. Yes or no? Cuts this one and cuts this one, because the power is 1 of this binomial in all three terms. So we have x plus y negative 1, and this is the final answer of this problem. So my dear students, in this video I'll discuss all the 16 questions of exercise 6b from S. Chand book of class 8, and the name of chapter is factorization of algebraic expression. In the next video I will going to discuss exercise 6c of chapter number 6. The name of chapter 6 is factorization of algebraic expression. So this is my new channel, and I'm like, please help me and support me to growing this, and please share with your friends and give your suggestion in the comment section. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Have a nice day.